Now let's find all the factors of a number. A factor is a number that divides another number without leaving any remainder. For example, 6. The factor of 6, one of the factors of 6 is 2. Because when you divide 6 by 2, the answer is 3. And 3 times 2 is 6. So the remainder is 0. Now if you multiply the divisor by the quotient, that gives you the dividend 6. 2 and 3 are factors of 6 because 6 can be divided by 2 without leaving any remainder, and the answer is 3. And 6 can be divided by 3 with an answer of 2. So when you divide a number by another number and there's no remainder, then that divisor is a factor. Now let's find factors of other numbers. And let us apply divisibility rule to find all the factors. Example number 1. Let's say find all the factors of 12. We always start with 1 and the number itself because 1 times 12 is 12. So 1 and 12 are factors of 12. Now 12 is an even number because the ones digit, or it's ending in a digit, 2. 2 is an even number, so 12 is divisible by 2, so 2 must be one of the factors of 12. And when you divide 12 by 2, that would be 6. So 2 times 6 is 12. 2 and 6 are factors of 12. What about 3? Let us add the digits of 12. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 is divisible by 3. So if the sum of the digits of a number is divisible by 3, then that number is divisible by 3. So 3 is one of the factors of 12. And when you divide 12 by 3, that's 4. 3 times 4 is 12. So 3 and 4 are also factors of 12. We have already 4 as a factor. Now let's find the rest of the numbers between 1 and 12. Aside from 2, 3, 6, and 4, 5 is not a factor of 12 because the ones digit is not ending with 5 or 0. So it's not divisible by 5. It's not divisible by 7. We have already 6. When you divide 12 by 7, that is only 1. 1 times 7 is 7. And you subtract 12 by 7, you have a remainder of 5. So 7 is not a factor of 12. 8, when you divide 12 by 8, let's see if it's a factor. 8 can go into 12 one time. And 1 times 8 is 8. When you subtract, you have a remainder of 4. So 8 is not a factor of 12. Let's try 9. 12 divided by 9 is also 1. There's only one group of 9 that you can get from 12. So 1 times 9 is 9. You subtract 12 by 9, you have 3. 3 is the remainder. So 9 is not a factor of 12 because there is a remainder of 3. 10. We don't need to divide because the ones digit is not 0. So it's not divisible by 10. Now let's move on to 11. When you divide 12 by 11, it's only one group of 11 you can get from 12. And 1 times 11 is 11. When you subtract 12 by 11, you have 1 as a remainder. Since there is a remainder of 1 when you divide 12 by 11, therefore 11 is not a factor of 12. And 12 is already here. So the factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Those are the factors of 12. Now let's try another number. Let's have 15. Find all the factors of 15. So we start 1 and the number itself 15 because 1 times 15 is 15. 1 and 15 are factors of 15. 15 is not an even number, so we cannot have 2 as one of its factors. What about 3? Let's add the digits. 1 plus 5 is 6, and 6 is divisible by 3. Remember that if the sum of the digits of a number is divisible by 3, then the given number is divisible by 3. So, 3 is one of the factors, and then when you divide 15 by 3, that would be 5. 3 times 5 is also 15. 4 is not a factor of 15 because when you divide 15 by 4, the answer is 3. 3 times 4 is 12. When you subtract, you have a remainder of 3. Since there is a remainder of 3, then 4 is not a factor of 15. We already have 5. 6 is not a factor of 15 because when you divide 15 by 6, it's going to be 2 groups of 6, and 2 times 6 is 12. You subtract 3, there is a remainder of 3. 6 is not a factor of 15. And then 7, when you divide 15 by 7, 15 divided by 7 is 2. There are 2 groups of 7. 2 times 7 is 14. And when you subtract, that would be 1 as a remainder when you divide 15 by 7. Since there is a remainder of 1, therefore 7 is not a factor of 15. And the same thing with 8. When you divide 15 by 8, there's only one group of 8. And 1 times 8 is 8. There is a remainder of 7. What about 9? Same thing. 10. It's not ending with 0. It's not divisible by 10. 11. When you divide 15 by 11, there is a remainder of 4. So it's not a factor of 15. 12. When you divide 15 by 12, there is a remainder of 3. So 12 is not a factor of 15. For 13, when you divide 15 by 13, there is a remainder of 2. So 13 is not a factor of 15. 14, 15 divided by 14 is 1. There is a remainder of 1 when you divide 15 by 14. And we have already 15. So the factors of 15 are 1, 3, 5, and 15. That is how we find all the factors of a given number by applying the divisibility rule.